Hello guys, welcome to another video. Today we'll have a look at Canyon Roadlite 7. It doesn't look like a Roadlite 7 because it's been upgraded to kind of look like a road bike with the drop bars. And today we'll discuss, was it worth upgrading is it worth upgrading your hybrid bike to a road bike? How does the Ultegra group set perform? So basically the Roadlite 7 just comes with a flat handlebar, so it just comes with a flat handlebar and the thumb shifters. So, and even these rotors and calipers are all the basic Shimano. I believe the calipers are MT201s and the rotors would be given as Shimano 105. Even though they are priced pretty decent, I initially had got it thinking it's the full Ultegra, but this was my first hybrid bike into the cycling world, so I was not really very well aware of all the technology or all the group sets, how each thing works, how internal routing works. Is it really worth going for a flat handlebar, or do you need to have these kind of shifters? Because I was not sure whether I'll be going for a long ride or a shorter ride, whether I'll really be cycling for long. All these questions I had in mind. So yeah, let's go about each of these things and see if what was my experience before of having the hybrid bike when it came with the flat handlebar. Okay, so let's discuss my experience of the flat handlebar. So first thing is why I got the flat handlebar, why I went to the hybrid bike was I just had the basic mountain bike, the Rock Rider ST100 from Decathlon. It had served me well, but the more I cycled, the more I had interest to go on longer rides. And the issue with the longer rides I used to feel with mountain bikes were, of course, as the name suggests, they had thicker tires and were not really built or make it comfortable, kind of. I mean, probably it makes you comfortable, but I didn't have time to manage those slow rides for a longer period of time. So what I thought, I'll invest in a good hybrid bike first, see how it is, and then probably go for a road bike. So initially I got the Roadlite 7. I'll try to put some photos or videos of my initial unboxing. So it was a decent experience from the unboxing, but I did notice that the tire when it came had some mud in it, and the gears were a bit not fully tuned. I was a bit disappointed with that, and the pedals were not of great quality. So these are not the default pedals, but I have changed it. So I did reach out to Canyon. I asked them like, why were the boxes open? They were not sealed, and they basically told the customs have to open it, there is no other go. And the bike tuning, yeah, they did say that it has to be tuned, but since we don't have a local Canyon bike shop here, we were basically left on our own to get it done. That's a small dissatisfaction I had with initial unboxing and usage of the Canyon. So then I used the hybrid bike with the flat pedals default. It came with Ultegra group set, but the cassettes used to be the 105. Even the rear disc calipers used to be MT201. It had a normal press brakes and stuff like that, and it worked well. I was able to go on I was able to hold decent speeds, go on longer rides. I was very happy, satisfied with the bike, and I was getting used to this position because mountain bike used to be very comfortable, and by default when the bike came, it had the stem at this level, probably 100 length, and it was a bit tough getting used to that, but you do get used to it after a while. And coming to what issues I had with the initial hybrid bike, I didn't have any major issue as such except for the bit of tuning required, but one thing I had was the default pedals which it came with. They started to make some clicking noise, and this was after like around 500 kilometers of riding the bike, and whenever I used to pedal it, I used to hear the clicking noise from the pedals. So I reached out to Canyon and I asked them, like, because initially I was not sure whether it was the bottom bracket or the pedal. So I reached out to Canyon. They basically said the pedals are not their responsibility, so they just come free, so I might well change it. But they did tell they will share my feedback with the actual pedal manufacturer, so well, that's about it. But so the major issue, not even major issue, the why I felt it was major issue, because just with 500 kilometer ride I thought, okay, maybe the bottom bracket is gone, it's lost some seal or something. I was not really aware of so many cycling things before, so that was my worry initially. But I just replaced the pedal with the Favero Assioma one, so post that I didn't have any issue. So I moved to cleats anyway, so it was okay post that. And the second thing I had were the wheels, the default wheels which they come with. So if you see here, the color between this spoke and this spoke is different. So why is that? Is because this spoke has been replaced. So after about 1500 kilometers of riding this, what I noticed was, probably you can take this as a tip as well, once you wash this Alex rims, so what you need to do is ensure there is no water on this spoke nipples here. So if any of the water is left in these nipples, so what happens, they tend to rust. There's no easy way to remove them, even after wash I have dried them every time, but they tend to give up after about 1500 if it's not maintained very well, like removing the tires probably and cleaning it from the inside to remove all the water ingress. Probably that would save you some money to get it replaced, but it's not too expensive. It's about $30 to replace and true the rims again, so it was not again a major issue, but probably something to consider as a tip to maintain it. Except that this happened at 1500 kilometer, one spoke broke, and again after 500 kilometer more another spoke broke. That's where I thought it's probably best to move to some DTSwiss Spline P1800 wheels. You can check out my video of riding those clicking the I button. So that was it. So I initial experience with the hybrid bike, of course the issues I had were the pedals, the spokes, and the seats. So seats has a bit of a funny noise, if you can hear now. There's a bit of funny noise to it. It does come and go, but except these three, I didn't face any major issue in the bike. Now coming to why I put in a drop bar to my hybrid bike. The main reason is it was peak period of COVID and everybody was starting to cycle, and the cycling market had a big boom, and there was because I wanted to upgrade to a road bike, and I was looking at Canyons, but they were all out of stock. So basically I had to go either to some local shop and buy a local brand, or probably wait 6 to 7 months to get a road bike. So what I thought was, I hadn't explored all this internal routing, maintenance and stuff, and I was keen to learn them. So what I thought, you know what, probably it's best to upgrade it myself, considering what it may cost. So, and also it will be a great learning experience. So I'll give you a list of things I had to do to upgrade this bike, probably in the description as well, so please do check it out. So things I had to upgrade were, of course, the handlebars, the stem, because the stem and handlebar which it comes with, they are one piece, so you have to change the stem and the handlebar. So one thing to note is, once you convert your hybrid to a road bike, you probably need a shorter stem. It depends on you again, but why I say it's a shorter stem is because your hands usually lay around here. So in a hybrid bike, your hands should probably be here, which is near to you, but a road bike, your hands come here, which may cause you a bit of back pain. It depends on your comfort, how you need it. And also I have raised it a bit so that I get a bit more comfort. So what this has done is, this has made the handlebar a bit too fast, but I got used to it anyway, so I didn't feel it is a major issue. So I had to upgrade, of course, because it is a drop bar, I had to upgrade it to the Ultegra shifters. And because I was doing this, I ordered the disc rotors and the calipers as well, both for the front and back. And next I went to the Casette, and Cassettes also I made sure it's Ultegra R8000 cassettes, and that's about it. I had to buy some routing kits because I had to remove the old cables, and some hydraulic fluids and hydraulic bleed kits to get this working. It was all a very nice and smooth experience. I didn't face any major issue to upgrade it. The cost probably came around $2,000 to $2,200, and this bike by default is around, if you buy it stock, it's around $1,950 or something. So the cost totally came around $4,000. This bike, you can say it costs about $4,000 now. But again, the tires which it came with, I had to change them. But except that, I haven't faced any major issue with this bike. Still runs well. I recently upgraded to the specialized bike, so the correct road bike. So this has been used by my wife now, and she's happy with it. Also, if you see on the back, there is a trusted Kickr. This goes very well on the Kickr by stock. There is no need to buy anything extra. That's the Kickr V5, and I didn't have any other issues with the bike except the three things I mentioned earlier.